Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
With the new iPhone SE for less than $100 at Metro, you rule. It's the most affordable iPhone on the #1 brand in prepaid. So whether you're studying online or FaceTiming.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, dear. The iPhone SE has all you need. Switch to Metro and get the iPhone SE for $99.99 after rebate redemption and 6 months of service with AutoPay. Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day. Limit 1 per account/household. Requires port and ID validation. Not valid for numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Mo to the E to the Mo to the E to the. Up in the morning, a new day is starting. It me. Am I realizing my responsibility? It me.
My best friend is always on my mind. You wanna be down for mine. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta move on. Mo.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Moesha. 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 Moesha.
Whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha.
Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. Is Jaden XD.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah. Bookie. Goodbye.
What if we avoid a fraternity? Bookie Woodbine.
We'd be beta. I don't know.
Beta Kappa Wadate.
Beta Kappa Wadata.
Yeah. And it would be the BKW Bokeem Woodbine would be the president, originator, the old nigga in the frame.
He'd be the only founder.
The only founder. Yeah.
Like at the beginning of School Days when
Yes.
they was playing that hymn. I'm finding me a hole. I'm finding me a hole.
One day when I'm like, did I sign an NDA? One day I'll tell the story of how I had to sit through a meeting and he, who shall not be named, kept playing clips of School Days and making us watch. Anyway.
Wake up! Oh my gosh. That's like when you're in college and like one of your textbooks is one of the books that the professor read.
They constantly remind you.
Yeah. Like, damn, nigga, I know you made this movie. Shit.
No, shit.
Like, I got it. I was one of the bitches for Halloween in your movie.
We all know it's a spooky joint.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how was your week?
It's been weird, man. I don't know. It's been weird. It's been like decent, but like weird. Like just energetically, just kind of strange. But there's a lot of like family connecting going on, and I told you all of that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's just been weird. It's been pleasant. I ain't got no complaints. Just a little strange.
No, that's valid.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. AF. Same actually.
Yeah.
It's been like it's been weird, but good things have happened.
Yeah,
but it's just like a lot of,
just weird shit though.
Yeah. I don't know if the planets are fuck nigga or what.
Yeah,
but
they in Pisces and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I don't really know.
Plants is strawberry lemonade, boosie fade, micro braid.
Right. Because, I got to stay on my toes now, especially during this quarantina, JIC, because I just, like, it's one thing to be in retrograde and during a pandemic. Like, no, girl, you're not going to, like,
Can we shorten
spit
that?
roast me, goddammit. No.
Can we make that a thing? Can we just be like, I got to do what I got to do, jick, because.
Yeah.
I know you
I do what I got to do,
shit.
jick. Yes.
You like that shit.
Yeah, I love shorty things. Life is too short to use long sentences. Now I understand why the young people type in hieroglyphics. They'd be like NGL. I thought that shit meant niggle.
What?
Like, you know what I mean?
I thought it was Vietnamese. What's that mean?
NGL means not gonna lie.
What?
I know.
Tell me something new.
My homegirl Trey on Twitter was like, niggle is a unit of measurement.
Niggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Niggle.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? People like, how you doing? Niggle, it's hard out here.
Yeah.
What you call me?
Yeah. How much sour cream you put in this pound cake, girl and niggle?
You just got to put a niggle of sour cream in it.
Yeah.
Put a niggle of salt and pepper. Just put a little niggle of salt and pepper.
Yeah. So how do you measure that? A nigga size? Damn, nigga.
A niggle. Oh, God. This is already starting off with some bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. Ring in September with a bang.
It is September. Happy Virgo season.
Yes, I'm so glad we left trash ass August. It ended on a horrible note. It just, it was raggedy. I've always hated August. I know it's like new beginnings, completion. I get the numerology of it, but August is long and it sucks.
It's long.
Like a year
weird.
long of
it's
an odd month.
It's a weird month, honestly. Don't come for us August babies. My mother was born in August. My sister was born in August, but August is just a strange kind of month.
Yeah. It's just really long. There's no holiday. It's just a block of heat.
It's 31 days. Like,
Yeah, it's just a block of just uncomfortability.
yeah, it is. It is. It's a stretch. It's
Yeah.
a stretch. It's like that last mile when I went kayaking that time for 8 miles, and I got to that last mile, and nigga, I was pissed. Do you hear me? I was pissed. I rode with the strength of all of my ancestors. But we have a full show to get to today, a very full show. You have any announcements before we begin?
No, just, the usual. Subscribe to us on Patreon. Again, thank you for continuing to subscribe to us on Patreon. It definitely helps us in supporting this show.
Absolutely.
Especially now that we're embarking on transitioning the show to another space.
Yes.
Which we will talk about very soon.
If you are new here, which we see there are new people who are here, welcome.
Yes.
First of all, this is not a place of positivity, but
Not
it's
at
a
all.
place of honesty. And if you
A welcoming place of honesty.
Welcome to the pleasure zone.
Yeah, we ain't no begging ass niggas either, but we will ask you to like us and rate us 5 stars wherever you are listening. Leave a little nice comment. If you don't have anything nice to say, you can shut the fuck up. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of that on that.
STFU Jick. Okay.
BT Dubs, I'll kick your ass.
No, it's all jokes.
Jick,
but
you were
not
wondering.
really.
Let's take a break, and we have a mid-season finale of 90 Day Fiancé the other way to get to.
Oh, yeah, and we do. Let's take a break. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back. 90 Day Fiancé mid-season finale.
Whoa, nigga.
We have a month off from them. The rest of the season comes back in October sometime. I think as we have 6 weeks off, which is fine because we have some cool stuff. Let's get into this episode. I will say it was quite an emotional roller coaster.
Yes, it was, child.
For the 47 minutes that it was on. Let's start with, hot gay dads.
Yes. Mitchell
I want to. So, I think I told you this. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show. So we do have straight male listeners, which is awesome.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say odd, but that was before I realized what was coming.
No. Because people automatically assume straight men only listen to Joe Budden or Joe Rogan. You know?
Oh no, there's some good ones out there. There's some good ones.
Yeah. But one of the guys, I follow him. His name is Swish on Twitter, and so like somebody was
His name's Swish.
Swish on Twitter.
Oh,
he owns a
Swish.
vape shop in the South, which is interesting.
Wait, he owns a what?
A vape shop, a smoke shop.
Okay, Swish.
All right. So he was talking to somebody on Twitter, and they were talking about how basically he was saying how we talk about the show, and most of the people don't watch the show that we talk about. They just like hearing us talk about it. And he would be like, "Shit," I'd be like, "Tune in. What that bitch Sherry Pie do?"
I'm screaming.
I was dying.
I'm
He'd be like, "What that bitch Sherry Pie do then?" I was like, "Yeah. What did she do? How about that?"
Not with that bitch Sherry Pie.
I know.
Ooh, that is one of the funniest things I have heard.
Don't
all
think we
day.
don't pay attention. We pay attention to a lot of social media when you send stuff, and we may not acknowledge it in the moment, but trust me, we know. We appreciate all the love.
Boots.
I know. I love.
Did we ever talk about the stuff who bought her family a house?
Congratulations,
Familia.
Yeah.
And it just further confirms. I talked about on Getting Grown because I shouted out Niecy Nash in the trash segment. But I said, y'all gonna start paying Jaden XD because we are ahead of our time, nigga. We are like prophetic over here, nigga. And I'm telling you,
we about to be like Jaden XD, the Jetsons, nigga. Like we so from the future.
Now consider the alternative. What if I am right? What if the prophecy is true? What if tomorrow the war could be over?
Ahead of our time, we've been telling y'all, when your love life is not going right, get you a stud, baby. They gonna love you right.
Right. Mind you, mama got divorced and married in the same year.
And had a wedding. Do you hear me?
And had a wedding.
Okay.
And Jessica fine. Like I was like, Niecy fine as hell. But like I never knew. And it was funny because that's how you know she a comedian. Because on her Insta story, she go put the wedding picture and then on another picture it was them, she go put plot twist.
Plot twist? I was getting my life.
I said, yes, I stand.
I
didn't listen to her. I didn't listen to her wife's music though. There's only so much support I can do.
Oh, she makes music.
Yeah,
Baby cool. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to listen and I heard that her music was featured in Claws.
Oh, I heard
I need
she
to go
was affiliated
actually watch.
With Claws.
I liked Claws when I watched it. It was just one of those things that I just never went back to. I'm going to give it a chance because I really liked even Karuchi was likable in the show. So you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Emmy award winning, 2-time Emmy award winning Karuchi Tran.
I love black women winning. I do. Mm-hmm. What you looking at? I got something on my face.
No, it's just. Were you talking about Karuchi Tran as a black woman winning? Is she black?
Oh, I was talking about Niecy.
Oh.
But yes,
that's why I paused.
Karuchi's Jamaican and
oh, okay. Because that's Vietnamese makes sense. Yes.
Filipino. Karuchi sounds more Vietnamese to me.
Yeah, Tran, the last name. Yeah, Karuchi Tran. That's a Vietnamese last name.
Because Vietnamese is my favorite of all the Asian cuisines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of French-inspired French fusion in there.
It's just that fish sauce and them delicious-ass pork fried rolls. You get you a nice bowl of pho with extra hoisin and sriracha. Mm-hmm. Or, the way they perfectly grill a pork chop with that delicious fish sauce and, just marinade with some white rice and some cucumber and tomato.
Mm-hmm. Shit is mad rigorous.
Oh, it be taking niggas to the hole and shit. But...
So, hot gay dad.
Yes.
The reason why I brought that up is because I'm about to refer to Mitchell's Kenneth as Tempest du jour.
That was the longest way of us saying that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And to be honest, I'm sober actually, which is interesting.
Oh, are you?
So, yeah. I mean, I'm coasting.
Got you. Okay, you already did earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just riding your high. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Kenneth and Cynthia Lee Fontaine. They're in the crib, and Mitch's daughter is about to leave.
Yes.
To go back to America because the next day they're gonna go pick up Arnaldo's daughter Hannah, and wreak all havoc on their little town. Displaying their gay shit and whatnot. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, because the next day they're going to go pick up Hannah and spread their gay shit to his little village where he came from. Nothing ever really happens. They just go through it. They have a lot of confessionals like, I'm nervous. Hopefully they accept me. And,
yeah.
They
have a lot of support from his daughters, and which is nice, which is beautiful, because we understand sometimes you're not going to have support in different things. Different people have different viewpoints. So it's nice that they have some support system there, some family support system.
Yeah, it's nice. But I'm also, Maybe I need to have another conversation about. I don't like that's just like a common trope in like media. Like, oh, parents don't accept me because even on like fucking Drag Race Vegas, they had a whole moment about Derek Barry and his mama not accepting him. I was like, first of all, nobody gives a shit about Derek Barry. Number two,
Why was Derek Barry a part of Canada's Drag Race?
No, I'm not. No, I said Drag Race Vegas.
Oh, Drag Race Vegas.
Right, but it was this whole idea of like him not like his mother shunned him after he went on the show because like the gay thing, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess homophobia is still alive and kicking, but I'm also like homophobia is so like 1998. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're in modern times. Like, get over it. But whatever. That's just a me thing. But I get these things happen, but I think there's other stories that we can magnify in regards to this one. Not to take away from it, but whatever. But this is their truth, and whatever. This is literally the end of their line. I'm like, have more commentary than what actually happened to them.
Yeah, nothing really happened. His daughter made a joke about Hannah needing a new mother.
Yeah.
And they
I was like, Brooklyn Heights, know your place.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, girl, what the heck? First of all, the girl's mother passed. Can we get some?
Right. She was killed, I believe. So it was like
she died in a car accident.
Yeah.
So I was like, child, can you like? But you can tell that's the kind of relationship that they be. That's how they are. They're all cool like that or whatever. But that was it. That was it for them.
Yeah. Next October, this coming October, it gets juicy with them though because Abuelito don't necessarily want to fuck with the gay shit like that.
He didn't even want to come to the door. Well, that's what it showed through the editing.
Right. That's important to say. That's what it showed via.
Because we already know how that turns out many times.
Right. Let's move on to Cheese Stick.
Ooh.
And she can do better.
She can certainly do better.
Cheese Stick should also be renamed, Mr. Audacity.
Caucasity.
Because let me tell you something. The amount of he left that corny shit out the window and thought he put on his,
Let me tell you how he took his Spanx off and wanted to go outside. That's what happened there.
Hello. He wanted to start wearing less to go out more.
Right. And I'm like, skirt, nigga. So
right. So he comes back from going to, Adecco.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell him, like, nigga, you can't work if you don't have a work visa, or you get married.
Period.
And side note, I know a friend from college, she had her student visa expired and she ended up getting a work visa. She was super smart anyway. She ended up working for PricewaterhouseCoopers. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much that work visa is? Expensive. That shit is a salary. It's like $50K.
What?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Who pays for that?
The company.
Shit. That's why a lot of people don't want to give work visas. Nigga, I thought it was just signing off.
No, because you're the sponsor. Like you're the legal. You're on the hook legal. It's like credit.
It's like sponsorship for like when you're getting a green card.
Slavery.
Bitch,
like slavery. Because it's essentially the same thing. Like why do I have to? So it's like just in case some shit goes left with that person, you're on the hook for $50K.
I do hate that. I hate that with like when you're getting your citizenship or you're getting your green card in America, how you have to have a sponsor, and then the invasive, like measures that you have to go through in order to even be the sponsor. They check your credit. They check your job history.
Immigration here is awful.
It's terrible. They check to make sure people's keys match up and they're still the same. They check pictures. They check all kinds of shit. It's really just it's very disheartening. But anyway, they tell him he needs a work visa, and I understand other countries need to make sure they check your American ass, make sure you don't come over here with your shifty land behavior. So
yes.
Listen, we recognize. So
Like we know.
We know what time it is. Like you got to double check us sometimes. I get it, especially the pale ones. So she, he tells her that like they go to a restaurant and he to a bar and he tells her he's like, well, they wanted me to. They said I need to get married. And so she's looking at him like, okay, and like,
Yeah.
and so she goes to her confessional and she's like, listen, once upon a time we considered getting married. We talked about it. I was serious about the consideration, but at this point, I'm not interested in jumping into anything. He's not going to pressure me into anything, and that's just what it is.
Right. And like,
Period.
that's also such a awkward place to put somebody in.
Right.
Like you
Like,
mentioned
marry
that,
me
like,
so I can
hey, right. And so, she still comes out his teeth and says, I dropped everything to be here with you so we can work this out. Melitza said, no, I didn't. And this is where I'm going to hit a pause. Because where she did not specifically say out of her mouth that, you need to drop everything and come here for this to work, it would not have worked, or he could not demonstrate how committed he was into the relationship if he did not move there.
I mean, valid, but also she's valid because she's like, now I'm going to be clear here.
This didn't have to happen.
It didn't have to. Like, I was willing to work on the relationship if you came here. What I was not going to do was literally lift a finger to make anything comfortable for you. Not a thing. You want to fight for me? You want to show me how much you love me? I'm willing to give you that opportunity to fight, but I'm not lifting a finger. And that's just that on that.
Right.
Because, nigga, you did this.
Yeah.
This could have been us, but you was playing. So that's what she's like, no. So he questions, basically her commitment to the relationship. And, says out of his neck, well, I'm glad I didn't quit my job back. I still have a job back home.
And that's where I'm going to put a pause there.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he said that, I wish they would have had the shot of her face, because you see her whole entire face change as soon as that shit left his mouth.
What? Oh, yes.
Because it was like, so what you mean you had this job on ice?
Yeah.
Because he said, thank God I still have my job back home, just in case this went to shit. And, he was right. Honestly, I get where he was coming from, but you shouldn't have said no shit like that. Like, if anything, you should have figured out a way to work remotely.
Mm-hmm.
You work for like support.com or something. Like, you could have the internet.
It's true.
Columbia has internet.
It's true. Like, and I'm not mad at him for not completely getting rid of his job. Like, I'm not mad at that. I am looking at you crazy, though, because you did not tell her. Once again, you failed to communicate. And I think the reason it's not lost on me that she looked like that, because didn't he cheat with a coworker?
Did.
She's like, oh, so you said, oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
And you wasn't going to, but you wasn't going to tell me, though.
Right.
When were you going to tell me that?
Not at all. And even still, like, he wouldn't even have needed to tell her anyway. like if it didn't work out, then you just go home and you go back to work. Okay, so what?
All right.
Because she's not worried about you anyway.
She not. So after that, they start to get into this passive aggressive fight because Melitza's upset that he was not fully honest. Understandably so, because again, you all are in this situation because you were dishonest. It is because she had to find things out. It's because of what you did in the first place, so let's just be clear. But it's because she had to go and find things out as opposed to you being a man and standing up and saying what the fuck you did. And now here you are once again. You admitted it, but look how late you admit. You ain't say nothing before you left. You ain't even have no conversation with her. Well, I'm gonna go and leave with my job, but I'm not gonna fully quit because I want to make sure that I keep some sort of stability or some, I want to have something to fall back on, just in case we have any issues work-wise. Like, just fully communicate. This is what I need you niggas to understand. Like, it's not that fucking hard to literally open your flaps and fucking say what it is. And do you realize, like, if you just communicate the first time, there's literally nothing else for anybody else to do after that? Because you have then what? Communicated. So people don't have questions and they're not left to be wondering.
Right.
Child, I don't know why they can't grasp the concept.
Child, I don't know. But they, that was kind of the end of that. They didn't have anything else like follow up. We'll see what happens in October with them. I feel like they're not going to last. He's going to have to go back to, what's it called? Texas or Iowa or wherever he lives.
If he can't find a job, if he can't find somewhere that's going to accept him working. Now, I don't know what he does. I don't remember. But I don't know if there's some way for him to work out working remotely. I don't know if he's considered that option. But we'll see what happens with them. It doesn't look super promising because Melitza is, when I tell you she's so disinterested in this nigga.
Right. I don't know why she just won't just say,
I'm done.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it's a lot more work to do this whole, like, Guantanamo Bay torture shit.
Yeah.
To, like, just let this nigga go and have your space.
I also wonder, though, how long ago the incident was. Because if you think about it, if it happened, if the transgression happened more recently than what we realize, then I would definitely
understand her. I still understand her completely, but I would definitely be like, oh, well, no, all this shit is valid. Like, no, nigga, fuck him.
Right, because it's like the sting is still very new, but I love you. And I really, like, I don't know why, but I want to try to work this situation out. But my wound is very, very much open. So I'm wondering how much, because time can definitely play a huge part in that. So, but we'll find out more. We saw the preview after the mid-season finale, after it comes back, where they have another argument because he asks her if she was unfaithful to him after she found out about him, and she tells him that she does not have to answer that question.
The gaggery.
So we will
the
see.
Goopery.
The goop.
Yeah. Shout out to Monique Hart.
Monique Hart. Ooh.
So we have Devin and Jihoon. Fahu Doris and Baby Cool, Jenny and Samit, which, oof.
We can actually do Devin and Jihoon.
Yeah, because that was okay. Fine. Okay, so back in Korea, it is Barbara Jean's last day in Seoul.
Yeah.
It's a special occasion because Drusilla is up in the daytime.
Oh my God. Yeah, but she's being herself.
Yes. So as she's packing, she's jumping on the bed and I don't know, whatever.
First.
Oh yes.
Beverly
Because
Goldberg and Devin go to a tea shop.
Yes, and Jihoon is babysitting, taking care of the kids. Actually, in this case, I'm going to use babysitting. I usually hate when niggas say I'm babysitting my kids. But in this case, Nah,
he's
babysitting.
babysitting because Jihoon don't have no kind
He
of,
has no kind of like attachment to responsibility.
not at all, not even a little bit.
Yeah,
And
like
Beverly
it
Gold,
doesn't even seem interested, honestly, with that.
it's like he says he is, but we just don't feel the feeling. So
I'm not feeling the fantasy.
no, I'm not feeling the fantasy at all.
Nah.
So, they're like, oh, Drusilla's probably wrecking his life back home. And back home, Drusilla is being Drusilla. Oh, Jihoon, I eat you. Rawr. She's getting,
Yeah.
she's being herself. And he's, in distress. And they're having a conversation because, Alicia Goldberg, what's the other one's name? Jean, Barbara Jean.
Yeah.
She's terrified, and rightfully so. She's like, I'm terrified because I feel like, and she has the perfect description. Jihoon acts like a teenager.
Yeah.
That's how he acts. So she's like, I am terrified because his parents enable him and he acts like a teenager. And Devin's like, he does. And they do. And, we just going to have to try to figure it out. So
They coddle. They definitely coddle him, and they peep that.
especially that mama. So Devin then has her confessional, and she's like, I understand my mother's concerns; they're very valid, but this is the man that I love, and I want to try to make this work and try to make our family work and take this opportunity. I mean, she has a really, Devin's viewpoint, honestly, it is always logical and on point. Because she's like, I just want us to try to make, for the most part, because there's been
But I'm about to say, like, there are times where she's irrational, but she's also 23.
Right.
So,
and also dealing with somebody who is a fucking headache.
Right, and you're doing all this with essentially all on your own with 2 kids, and then actually, like, my hat, it goes out to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my head hurts for her. So she's like, I love him. This is where I wonder, though, because if you think about it, their relationship was very rushed. And while that's not necessarily always a factor, because people do fall in love quick, like, in all honesty, it was also, extenuating circumstances. She got pregnant, and so then they were almost forced to exist together, and then so they are now trying to force this relationship. So it was then where I question, do you love him or do you have love for him?
Listen, forced coupling is the disease of a nation. Like, you don't have to get married. Your body, your choice, but you have to have this baby queen. But I mean, I'm glad Taehyung is here and breathing, and hopefully he's not a host to his sister.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? This could have been avoided if like they got to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know each other.
They don't know,
really.
and that's why I asked him, like, do you love him or do you have love for him?
Right, because I feel like all of this would have been avoided if Taehyung wasn't involved.
Absolutely. So, from there.
And it's always the fuck niggas that got super sperm. You know what I mean?
Oh, every single time. It's like some weird oxymoron. I don't know. It's just strange.
Like, Jihoon's name in like Korean probably means Earl. You know what I mean? Like,
Craig.
just shiftless and fertile and skinny.
Not shiftless and fertile.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
You're shiftless.
I'm just thinking.
Oh God. He is fertile as fuck though. They got pregnant and she's fertile as fuck too. So they get back to the apartment because it's Nana's last day. And so she's packing up her shit, and like XD said, Drusilla's, being herself, and also I think she's a little bit thrown off her rocker because again she's awake during the day. And so Nana's packing her shit up, and they leave. Her cab's coming, and it's a peak Beverly Goldberg moment. I know she does look exactly like Barbara Jean from Reba. I know who that is. That's the second wife. Mm-hmm. But this was a peak Beverly Goldberg moment because she is hugging her, and she's like, "Be bold. I was like,
Yeah.
if this is not the end of a Goldberg episode, I don't know what is. And then she's like, I'm scared, but be bold. And I was like, this is so Beverly Goldberg. And they're saying their goodbyes. And then, here comes Drusilla. Nana's crying,
Right.
I also laugh with Jihoon because Jihoon was shady too when she was packing her shit up in the apartment and he was like, I'm going to miss you. And it wasn't the language barrier there. He was taking his time with it.
Right.
So, and he was hyped that she was gone.
Oh, he said, I can breathe.
He said, yes. he did the pump.
But I'm like, but honestly, she wouldn't have been a problem if you would have been a responsible human being.
Every action has a reaction, and every reaction is because of somebody's what? Lack of action.
Yeah. Like you talking about like, ooh, a sigh of relief. Nigga, you do not need a sigh of relief.
No.
Like this is all your fault.
She's on
All
my
your
nuts.
fault.
She's on my nuts. I'm like, she wouldn't have been on your nuts, nigga, if that was my translation. She wouldn't have been there if you would have been doing what you were supposed to be doing. But alas, and that's where they had to have the conversation because now Devin does do a whole lot of, I understand the language barrier and like wanting to understand what's going on, but I saw a lot of like who you talking to, who you texting, what you do in this episode.
I didn't like that.
And I was like, oh, and it was a lot of like, just like, who are you texting? I was like, girl. But at one point he was like, and he was on the phone and she was like, who are you talking to? He's like, my mom. And she's like, about what? I'm like, what in the like, don't do that. Don't do that, Devin. We've been on your side. That's why I corrected myself earlier because I forgot about this part. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, he was like, I'm talking to her about paying some money back or something like that.
Because she needs her credit card back.
Her credit card.
He borrowed it for gas.
And she's like, why do you have her credit card? I need it for gas. I had to borrow money. And she's like, no more borrowing money. But I'm also like, girl, if this nigga's not bringing in enough and he's got to call, wouldn't you rather he call his parents than this continued pressure that you've been feeling? Like, I understand wanting him to have independence and I understand wanting to instill that and like wanting to slow down calling your parents and borrowing money. You need to step up in these ways so you don't have to borrow money. Right.
The problem with Devin is the fact that she expects change in like the next hour.
Yep.
And it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
Even if they were in America, it wouldn't have worked that way. Like these things take time. Like, and she's being really unrealistic and with her expectations, especially dealing with the type of person you're actively choosing to be with daily.
Yeah, and again, we understand that it's because of Jihoon's shiftlessness, his fertile and shiftless behavior. But also, like, she's 22, she's 23 years old, so she's got the trauma of dealing with all of this on her own. She's got the trauma of dealing with this shiftless ass nigga, and then she's got her age behind her, and so there may be some irrational moments. But all in all, she's been a pretty logical girl. She's these couple of things were there were a couple of flags on her end this time. If we're gonna call things.
Right.
Who you wanna do next?
Okay, so the next 4 are the juiciest of the whole season.
There's 4?
We have, or maybe 3. Because I think
it's 3 more.
3. Well, they're the juiciest now. Let's go with, you know what? Let's end with Jenny and Samit. And the reason why is because we've been with them the longest.
Okay, all right.
And no offense, that bitch lied to us.
Did not tell by omission, but we'll get to it.
Yes. Okay. So let's go with Yazan. Let's do with Bodega Baby Daddy and Braces of Stallion.
Okay.
Because their storyline, there's not a lot that happened here, but whatever.
Yeah, it was weird. So,
because more shit is supposed to come.
Right.
because my nigga got a bounty on his head and shit, and
Yo, what the fuck?
right.
I'm like, what
she
you
had to
been
have
to?
right. She had to have fucked like the prime minister of Jordan or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like she like went into like a McDonald's like and ordered. I don't know. I don't know what she did.
Wait, he has a bounty on his head because of her?
Yeah, so like you know, in the preview for the rest of the season, I feel like that was a producer that was telling her like he's like there are people out to kill him because of her.
Oh, I didn't hear the because of you. I heard out to kill him.
Yeah, he's like there's so many people that dislike him.
I was like,
so
what
I'm like,
the fuck?
So I don't know what's going on, but
But you know, editing.
rewind. Yeah, let's rewind.
Yes.
Brittany Braces a Stallion is packing to go to Chicago.
Yes.
Now, we thought she was from Florida, which she is. She explained, they had a little, title card that explains what happened.
So the mother that we never knew about lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
And she went to go stay with her mother for a while.
And while she was in Chicago, she worked on the divorce from her Haitian boo thing.
Right.
And that was way before she ever saw the divorce lawyer, down in Florida. So she got a notice that there is a divorce hearing out in Chicago. She booked a flight right away and did not tell Yazan exactly why she was going back to the States. She told him a partial truth.
Yep.
Well, she told him the truth. She just didn't tell him all the truth. She was like, my sister, I have some things to take care of, and my sister is having a baby.
Yeah, she just wasn't specific.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way things have been going, it's probably best right now.
Exactly.
Low key, she need to pack all her shit up and not plan to return. But I understand that she actually loves this nigga, so.
Yeah, and he looks so cute instead. Like
was
he like
so
a puppy
sad.
dog. He was like, I really don't feel like she's gonna come back. But he also said, I have a strange feeling about something weird is about to happen.
And he started questioning their relationship and if she was being honest, which was interesting.
Because he was like, Chicago, when is this? Why wasn't this a part of a conversation before? You know? And then she was like, January, coming back in January. So it's like, I guess it seems like she'll be gone for like all of this, like for 4 weeks, I guess, maybe.
I mean, which, if you think about it, when people come to visit here from other countries, they come to visit family, they stay for a while. Or I know a lot of people's parents who are from different places that will travel back and forth. Like, they'll stay here for 6 months and then go back home for 6 months. So, like, it's not unheard of that she would be gone for 4. Because the thing about it is the plane tickets are so expensive, the rides are so long,
right,
that it's like, I need to make this worth my while, get everything done that I need to get done while I'm here, and see all my family, do whatever I need to do. Right. So it makes sense that she would go for a month, but he just had the feeling she wasn't going to come back. And, I felt like she shouldn't have gone back. But we see in the previews that she does.
She does go back. And that's pretty much it with them. Like, I feel like they're going to chop her. Are they going to threaten to chop her up at some point? Mama needs to just, she's been
wilding in Jordan. She been wilding.
Yeah, wilding in Jordan. That should be the name of her mixtape.
Yeah, wilding in Jordan. Yes, it should.
Yeah, because, you just bopping and carrying on.
Just
like
carrying on like you just familiar.
Yes, like, no, ma'am. Oof.
No Pam, no ham, no turkey.
Grace and mercy. So let's go with Fahu Doris and ASAP and Jera.
Dahu Doris, Fahu
Christmas, come this way. Fahu Doris, Fahu Doris, welcome Christmas.
Welcome Christmas time.
Ooh, that bitch.
Oh man. So Karen the Karen continuously jumps out.
Ooh, baby. I mean, when I tell you boo, like
and I don't want to be like, maybe it's just pregnancy hormones,
no,
because I don't want to relegate it to that. But I could assume that might have something to do with it.
No,
But
it
I
has
feel like
something,
most
but
of
it's
it,
not everything.
Let's say most of it is her. But she also makes salient points.
Listen,
so here's what happened.
But it's not. It starts off.
It's how she says it.
It's not even just that. We're going. ASAP Injera is sitting on the floor of the bathroom. I don't know what's going on over there, but he's hanging out.
He's doing laundry in a basin in the bathroom
in the hotel.
Yeah, where her mama was staying. I think she just took over that space.
Right. Okay. So he's in there washing clothes and whatnot, and he's concerned about her because when I tell you it was a switch up as soon as mom's left, like an immediate switch up. So he looks at her. He's like, "You okay?" And she's like, "That's just my face." Which I just want you to know that I screamed and then started singing Fahu Doris. So he's like, okay, you can tell like he's not comfortable right now. She then expresses that she regrets the decision to have her baby in Ethiopia.
Yes, she does.
I wanted to slam the dominoes on the table.
And here's my thing about her whole situation. You've been to Ethiopia, girl.
Right.
How you meet him? I know you didn't meet him on a resort. You didn't meet him at a Hilton, girl.
Nope.
Like
they meet at a retreat or some shit? What'd they meet at?
Yeah, she was working, doing like
dancing
shit.
Yeah,
like
some
that.
dancing shit. Oh yeah.
And it's like even still, this is also my issue that I had with braces. You got to do your Googles of where the fuck you going to live. Why on earth would you think? Like, think about it. Like, even you said last week, like when your mother left, like, and mama lives in, New Orleans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why would she even consider thinking like I can handle this with my mother being thousands of miles away?
Not only that,
and
this is where I got pissed off. Because y'all sat around that damn dinner table and we watched you sit around that damn dinner table while your parents while your father asked you why you couldn't marry a nice Jewish boy from Brooklyn, and you defended your decisions down to the ground, okay? And buried them under. You were staunch in what you wanted to do. I'm going to go to Ethiopia. I'm going to have my family. I love this nigga. I'm going to have my baby here. Okay, but what about the medical conditions? You all get there. You see the medical conditions. Everything is tip-top shape. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Clearly, these people know how they're supposed to be living and how they're supposed to be birthing babies, okay? Because they've been birthing babies. And so...
Right.
All of these things, and then as soon as your mother leaves, you flip it on this nigga and you're like, well, I'm not comfortable with being alone with you. And she keeps saying it because she said it again this episode. And then she kept asking him how he would feel if she left. And it's so... Ooh, go ahead.
And she kept baiting him.
Yes.
I have choices. But what if I did? How would you feel? But I can leave. What do you mean I can't?
Bitch.
But I can. I might. I'm like, but this all this let me know is that you plan on leaving right before your mother left. And when, when she finally left, it like was just like, bam, I need to get out. And, Binion is like, listen, just give me a chance. Like, we could work on it, whatever. So they go to bed, and the next day they go see apartments because Fahu Doris has convinced him to go look for a better living situation for them, which valid. He's still hell-bent on renovating, his cousin brother's apartment. And he keeps saying that it's going to take a week. And it's like, it looks
No, nigga.
There's no foundation. Like, it's just
No,
rubble.
nigga.
You know what I mean?
No, nigga.
And it's like, and I really want to root for him, but I'm just like, a
No,
weak
nigga.
dog. No. Not even with this. Not even with the strength of like 1,000 men and women. Like, nah. Nah.
No.
Nah.
No.
So the apartment that they go see, it's cute. You know, it works. It looks, like a livable environment. There's for a baby,
Yeah, it's a
that
cute
is.
apartment.
The shower, it was running water. It was a very comfortable place.
Mm-hmm.
It was 14 in American dollars. It would be about $1,400 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Binion don't only make about like $500 a month, estimated.
Yep. The apartment that his cousins is $174 a month.
Right.
Or something like that.
So yeah, so it's like you know what I mean?
Baby,
so he's
cool.
like complaining about right. And I guess he doesn't want, and this is where I was confused. She covered this out she kind of talked about this when they were arguing in the car. Well, anyway, on their way back from seeing the apartment, they get into an argument about where to live.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is too expensive. And he was like, we could just live there. And he like tries to put his foot down, like, no, this is where we're gonna live. And she's like, no, I don't want to live there. And she's like yelling at him, like, I'm not living in a place that doesn't have a kitchen. I'm not living in a place that doesn't have running water. I'm not living in a place that doesn't have a toilet.
They are fighting.
Like, yeah, they are beefing. Now, the whole time, the cab driver is giving these faces like, bitch. And you see him looking up like, this spicy, honey. And, he's just kind of, he doesn't get it and she doesn't get it either. And it gets to the point where she's like screaming at him. And he's just like, I'm stressed. But she's like, nigga, I'm stressed too. Like, I'm carrying your baby.
And this is where I saw both of their points. Because the thing about it is, and this is what she didn't say before. He says he'll have it done in a week. She's pissed because she says he could have had it done earlier if he would have said something and asked for the money.
Yeah.
Cultural differences because you have traveled around this earth, girl.
Yep.
And so this is the first time I've heard her say you could have asked for the money. Are you doing this thing where you're testing somebody? Because if you are super pregnant, going over to Ethiopia and doing all of this, and this person makes a limited budget, why would you not say, if you need help financially to get us set up, like, you just offer it. Again,
right.
Communication.
She was like, this would have happened if you would have asked. No, trick. Like,
It's a combo of all of that. He should have communicated that he didn't have the stuff together before she got there. But then also, his living conditions are fine for him.
Right.
He's fine with what he's doing because he's been doing this.
Right. He's comfortable. It works for him.
But if you have certain expectations, you have to communicate that you have certain expectations. All of these people are not having necessary conversations and communication before they make these leaps and bounds of moves and actions.
Right. Right. And, they're kind of at an impasse. We see next time in October that she does end up giving birth in Ethiopia.
Yes.
Because she has to have a C-section, and they're like, oh, the baby needs to come out today.
Yes.
Which does happen to a lot of women.
Yes.
But we'll see what happens. I honestly don't think if she didn't have to have a C-section, I feel like she probably would have had the baby in America. Just like Tiffany did from last season.
Yep.
we have Jenny and Samit left.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all that's left. Woo, baby.
I was very, because now I need to go back. Normally I watch the show right before we record, but now I need to go back because I really feel like they lied to us. I feel like Jenny lied, or how they
she wasn't
edited.
fully truthful.
Yeah, like none of her storyline is completely different now than what it was when we first met her. So I'm gonna explain this in this space of, because how their story is told this time is through the lens of Sumit's parents. I feel like they're pleasant people. I enjoy them.
They are much different than what I expected.
Me too. But like, listen, after watching Indian matchmaking, and like, I'm just like, everybody in India just seems like such a pleasant people.
They kind of just be, I mean, I'm not going to say they mind their business because they don't actually. They're very, and I know it's cultural. Like, I know family involvement is cultural, but it seemed like they'd be chilling as a people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What
That
it
makes
like.
sense.
And the fact of how they were so hospitable to Jenny. Let's rewind. So in the show, we see that Samit is planning to go back to his parents to talk to them about marrying Jenny. But we meet Samit's parents. I don't remember their names. I think one's name starts with an S, the other one starts with a J, I believe.
I thought it was an A, but I didn't write it down.
Well, Samit and Amit's mom and daddy.
Mama and daddy Samit.
Yeah, they tell us the story of how they actually met Jenny.
Yep.
So in 2013, and mind you, Jenny's confessional is interjected through this, and you see her correcting her story.
2014.
Yeah. So either way, 6 or 7 years ago, Jenny made a journey to India.
Yep.
Samit, remember, they had. I don't remember them meeting. I feel like maybe they did meet before.
Well, no, they said that. So basically what they said initially is that they met online when he catfished her, and then he came clean and she saw who he really was, and they decided that they wanted to be together. She says she went to India, and she says she met his family. This was the first time they got into detail about her staying with them and how long she stayed, and then with the story that they told the parents.
Yeah. So, okay, that clears up some stuff for me. But then it's also like, anyway, Samit told his parents that this is his Facebook's friend who wants to come to India and see the sights or whatever. And, can she stay with us for a little while? So his parents are super hospitable.
Sure.
They're like, oh, sure, like 1 week, 2 weeks.
4
Mama
months.
Stayed for 4 months.
4 months. All the while, again,
Mama was feeding them.
Yep.
Mama was feeding her, and they had pictures. Like they were. That was her home girl.
That she was kicking it with his mom's.
Right. All the while, Jenny was fucking her son on the low at night
in her house.
And Samit's father found out. He was like, I noticed that they was talking real late in the midnight hour.
Daddy peeped game early. He saw what was going on, and he was like, And then Samita's going up there, and he's coming out in the morning. He was like, she's too old. That was, and while we understand here, you know what I'm saying, that's ageism. It is ageism. And ultimately, this is Samit's decision. But it is not right. Again, while we calling things, it is not right for you to be kikiing and carrying on with this nigga's mother, who, by the way, she looks significantly older than. And I also put myself in from a parental standpoint. Now, this is where you have another conversation, right? This is where things get a little complicated, because his father said, my ultimate dream was to always play with my grandchildren.
I was about to point this out, and this is something I've definitely learned in watching Indian matchmaking. How family is super important. It's like a commodity almost. When you have a good family, it's how you market yourself in the
In
caste
society.
system, I guess.
Yep.
You know, and it's a little hard to digest and navigate.
Because it's different, because we have a different mindset.
Yeah, and but it's also a lot of like it's hard to have somebody it's hard to be an outsider in, right? And I think that's where Jenny, tried to inject herself and insert herself in her Americanness.
Yes.
Because ultimately it's like, bitch, you kicking with me and you fucking my son.
Right. And she was like, and while the mother was
Yeah.
like, she should have been treating her like a son.
Yeah,
Just
she's like,
shade.
yeah, he should be treating her like a son, like his girl.
The problem, I can't say the problem, okay, but culturally, for speaking from this standpoint and looking from the outside, if I'm gonna put them on the same plane as in how we think, it is not fair to project what you feel is right for your children, right? Ultimately, we all want success for our children. We all want them to have healthy, to just be healthy, happy people and be successful. Whatever success means for them. If success for me means that my child is healthy and she's fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And she's a good person who doesn't run around killing people. Now, obviously there's many layers to that, but that's just ultimately what it is. They said they want Samit's happiness, but that comes with an asterisk. They want his happiness, but they said their dream is to play with their grandchildren. It is not fair for you to project your dreams as a parent if your children's dreams vary from what you... That's why we don't need to place expectations on people. You know what I'm saying? There can be an expectation of logic, when it comes to communication and when it comes to, how we treat one another and things like that. But when it comes to how we think a person should be living, it is not fair to put those expectations on people. It is not fair for us to project how we feel somebody needs to be living based off of what we want. That is selfish.
Absolutely.
But them niggas lied and they
ultimately-
fucked up under their roof.
Yeah, I would say that's literally the long and short of it. Like, they lied and they was fucking over their parents' roof.
And that's
And that's fucked
disrespectful.
up.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Oh, no, you can't be.
Yeah, and then they finally, they got found out or whatever. They didn't come clean. They got found out and then had to come clean. And that's when they shut it down and they were like, no, like, she's too old. No.
Right.
Like, it's just, it don't have nothing to do. It's just, no. You can't, like, that ain't it. That ain't it for you. And that's not fair. But and then they felt betrayed. Because again, this bitch stayed up under their roof for a little less than half a year.
4 months is a long damn time.
2 more months, it would have been a half a year.
Like, no. I would have fought her.
Mm-hmm.
I would have fought her.
Yeah. It's clear his mother has the vigor and youth. So.
Right. Because I just, like, that's a lot, like the audacity to be like, let's just keep it, like, you're going to stay with my parents. They're not going to know. I'm just going to lie and tell them. And then you're just going to go along with it at your big age.
Right. But Jenny's childlike. She has a lot of childlike behaviors and mentalities. And you see the way that her children parent her. And you know what I'm saying? Like, she just got that loneliness is a hell of a motherfucking drug. Okay. Loneliness is right there next to cocaine.
Yeah.
It is.
And
That's not shaming people who are lonely, because I understand there are people who are lonely and it is due to circumstances beyond their control. And lonely does not necessarily mean being in a relationship. Lonely can mean like you don't have, like, there's a certain type of companionship that you personally need in your life, and that is not being fulfilled in that moment, whether that be through a pet, whether that be through a partner, whether that be through familiar relationships, whether that be through friendship. People can be lonely in many facets and aspects, and we should not shame people for being lonely. But loneliness can also lead to you doing some very desperate things if you get to a place where you are not taking care of your mental and emotional health.
Oh, honey.
And
that is very apparent on all these shows we cover.
Yes, I mean, because Love After Lockup is a motherfucking dumpster fire, nigga.
Yeah, it is a cesspool of loneliness and desperation.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's definitely like the casting of like Flavor of Love. You know what I mean? Like, just sad.
And I did laugh at the end though, where her father was like, "Okay, well, let's, we gotta hear. Let's just listen to him and whatever." And Mom's was like, "Do what you want and let me be."
Yes. She was not fucking with it. She was
at
like,
all.
I still don't like this hoe. And he was like, "You got to be polite."
She's like, "She did me dirty and she deceived me under my own roof where we pay bills. No, I'm not with the shits."
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I'm on his parents' side. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, yeah, I get it, you're ageist and stuff like that, but it's like, I know.
And Samit was definitely dragging his feet to his parents' house. I was like, you need to sissy that walk and get on the good foot and hurry up and just get it over with, my nigga. Like,
they also need to like disown Samit.
I'm sorry.
Because I don't know what else to do, but like, no, you bringing shame and dishonor because of the fact that you want to be creeping about with this grandma back in America. And then so we got to pay for this divorce, $20K.
I'm like, if you all are doing all of this, right? Why can't you just go to the States? I mean, again, I understand the States are also trash, but if you just lack the complete freedom at this point to be able to be married, and your only choice, Jenny, is to go back to the States, if you willing to jump through all these hoops and do all of this, is this nigga willing to give up where he wants to live in his comfort to come to where you at?
Listen, that's what D-Mark said on Love After Lockup. Like, what has he shown you?
I'm real mad at myself because
when
I tell you, I tried to give Shovel and Quaylen, I tried to give them some sort of like grace, and then you hit me with that okie doke that I completely forgot about, and I was like, oh, that's all out the window.
Oh yeah. And shout out to my girl on Patreon. She was like, D-Mark, I wonder what his Instagram is. I was like,
oh, you about to slide up D-Mark's DM? She wants to ride around in his Buick.
Yeah. But like, no, drag her just the way that Samit needs to be dragged. Like,
yeah.
And Jenny, like that's. And I get it. Like there's so much coddling, especially with Samit. Like you're helping to pay for this, and I'm sure it's to save their family's name because the family's namesake is such like social currency is based on that, and it's like fuck.
We have to do a part 2 to the Indian matchmaker discussion because we didn't even really get to touch it like that.
Because what's his face? His mama,
baby, that blood pressure. That blood pressure machine.
Yeah, I finally finished it, and Mama every 5 minutes we're doing part 2 because like,
this shit is about to have a mid-season finale, so we have a little bit more room to kind of like expand things a little bit more.
Yeah, because I'm like, dog,
nigga.
Yeah. So 90 Day Fiance, we made it 13 weeks.
Woo!
I think we have 7 more.
Okay.
I think we have 7 more. They do 20 episodes of this season.
But you have 4 weeks of break of 90 Day Fiance the other way talk because they are on break until October 11th. And so therefore we are on break covering that until October 11th, not on break in general.
Yeah, we can't take a day off anymore.
No. Can't. At all.
Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records, kids. We get down, baby.
We get down.
Girls to girls who love us.
Because we run just and after and there's nothing less. Oh, you guys should see XT dancing.
It's official state P representatives. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records, 'cause we get down, baby. We get down, baby. Girls, they love.
I was really into, young Chris and Neff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were.
Was it Chris and Neef? Neef.
Yeah, Chris and Neef. Yeah, they were, talented young bulls from North Philadelphia. You know what I mean?
The 2000s were tacky, but we had some good musicalities.
Yeah, we did.
Some memorable moments.
Let's take a break
Yeah.
and do something fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back. So, one of our favorite superheroes has fallen.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to honor them by developing our own version of our own superhero. So Jade decided that we would develop black superhero characters based off of each other's personalities. So she did one for me and I did one for her.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just hear the name of your superhero. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're XD by day.
Okay.
But by night, you're Florida water. That's your superpower name?
Is it because I like the color rust and my last name is DeLo?
No, nigga. It's because you cleanse the earth. You cleanse the earth. It was between
I thought
Florida
it was like
water
a
and
Florida
Paula
Evans
Santo.
reference. Oh, I thought it was like Florida Evans reference.
Well, okay, so it is. Okay, so I guess I might as well give you this little bit of tidbit. Yeah. So it is. I wanted to give you something black, but also cleansing. And so it is based off of actual Florida water because I told you it was between Paula Santo and Florida water. Now, Florida water is an ode to Florida water and the cleansing in which you are as a superhero. But it also is an ode to Florida Evans because every time you transform, you scream damn. Yes. So yes, you actually picked
that is
up what I was
on brand
down.
for me. Yeah, that is on brand for me.
I didn't want it to be overt, but it was a nod to Florida Evans.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
We got the same haircut and everything. I'm into it.
Yeah, different shoulders, but you know. So what's my superhero's name? Oh, this nigga's got to be on some bullshit.
Oh, you know. So by day, you're Jade.
Mm-hmm.
No change really. Well, kind of in your occupation, but we'll get to that later. But Jade is your name by day, and your superhero name is D.L. Hughley, Killer Drag Queen of the South.
Yes!
In Columbus, Ohio, please welcome D.L. Hughley.
Keep the theme going, nigga.
Yeah, DL stands for Dank Lips.
I'll take it.
Dank Lips. Yeah, DL Hughley, Killer Drag Queen from the South. Of the South, excuse me.
Oh my God. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love it.
So by day, you're a social worker who works with abused women in New Orleans. And by night, you kill the niggas in Platform Hills and you kill them with like Platform Hills and blunt burns, like the niggas who did the women wrong. Yeah,
like clogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you fight like abusive and dirty niggas because to save women.
I love that. Yeah. You fight actually injustice, specifically racial injustice and those against the LGBTQIA plus community. So all of those niggas, you are all of those bigots and hateful creatures, you are fighting them. But You do have a secret, like, kind of, I don't want to call it a hobby. Well, it goes with this. There's a story behind it, but essentially, you fight injustice, but on the low, like, and everybody knows that Florida water fights injustice. You know, there's a bat signal and everything that we'll get to later. But you also secretly burn the clothes off of animals when people dress their animals as pets. You use your laser vision and the power of your eyelashes to burn the clothes off of those animals.
That's amazing. You know, I was walking around my neighborhood and somebody had their little pug dressed in like a tutu. And when I tell you, my blood pressure
I know it did.
rose.
It rose to like that nigga's mama in India.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm feeling faint. Why is the dog dressed? You just do nothing but shit on it. Like, why?
You hate it. Like, you absolutely hate it.
Okay. You know, as far as, D.L. Hughley is concerned, in real life, Jade wears everyday streetwear. You always have a fro. But, at night when you're D.L. Hughley, it's always high drag, high wig, Bob Mackie only, and a heel no less than 6 inches.
Okay, I'm with the shits.
Yes. And I also want to say that you have a sidekick.
Oh.
She's part Swedish. Her name is Shanita Puffinstuff.
Why is she part Swedish?
Puffinstuff.
Puffinstuff.
It's got the umlaut over the U.
Puffinstuff.
Yeah, it's like Puffinstuff. It's over the umlaut over the U.
Okay, well, it's so funny that is my superhero because I told you your name, and I told you what you fight. So you are also a drag queen superhero.
Yeah.
That wears a hunter green latex catsuit. The hip, ass, and titty plate are all protective shields, but the suit as a whole also is bulletproof. But there's like extra weapons in your hip and ass pads and in your titty plate.
Sounds like what I wore yesterday.
Exactly. The necklace that you wear that covers the line of the titty plate, that doubles as like a nunchuck situation. Your eyelashes serve as like ninja stars, but we call them more like drag stars. And literally they're layered. So you can take one layer off and get a nigga in the neck and you still have eyelashes there. So like it's several layers of them. Your nipples, they come out and they stab niggas because your favorite thing to say is stab him. So, and then also, so I told you that you yell damn, damn, damn when you transform into Florida water. But in the background, the Clark Sisters High Eye is playing. And it's just like it's a magical moment. Imagine Captain Planet when he's like coming to be, when the Planeteers summon him. That's how it is summoning Florida water. And speaking of which, summoning you, so while you yell damn, 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 and Clark Sisters High Eye plays in the background, your cry for help, the bat signal, because the people know Florida water. Like Florida water protects the people. They know who she is. The cry for help, though, when something is going awry, is New Monica. So that's the bat signal. So like almost like a tornado siren that you hear in the city. You hear New Monica, New Monica, New Monica. And that's when you transform into Florida water from XD. And then you go to handle business.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, for me, you have a layer. Your layer is, the basement of Lips. This is a drag queen brunch spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And you have entrance music everywhere you go. So even in your real life, you have entrance music.
Yeah.
Like when you walk into the room as Jade, it's Wu-Tang's Triumph.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And in drag, it's Randy Crawford's Street Life because it's the only life you know.
Because there's no place I can go.
Columbus, Ohio, please welcome D.L. Hughley.
Street life. See, only life I know. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
yeah,
funny.
people know who you are and stuff. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, your bat signal is a tobacco leaf. Well, it's the weed leaf, excuse me.
Yeah.
Why did I say tobacco? I don't know why I said tobacco.
You know, I know why you said tobacco. Because
Yeah.
I gave up them fuck ass papers. Your wig is actually an extra. It creates a force field around you when it's like really go time. It's like when the Power Rangers transform into the big Power Ranger, and when that happens, and you pump to get to where you're going. Sissy That Walk plays, and you also have a sidekick. Funny enough, you said that because your sidekick, you can't fly. You have many powers, but you can't fly. But you do have a pet beast named Melissa Edwards, and you fly on her back, and you hold her back rolls while you're on your way to where you go. It's like a situation, and that is that's your sidekick.
Yours is way more developed than I am.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, then share along.
Oh no, what
It's
else you
fine.
got? I want to hear from you.
Oh, I am tapped out.
Oh,
That's literally
I don't
what
have a
have.
kryptonite.
No, I mean outside of you running out of weed, but like,
Oh yeah, that is my vibranium.
yeah, yeah, that's your kryptonite.
You have a
right there.
kryptonite.
But yeah, what is it?
Sour cream.
Oh my gosh! Did I ever tell you the story where I had a mental breakdown over sour cream at Tatiana Judy's house?
I refresh my memory.
So, Mark and I were at Tatiana Janine's house. I think Brandon might have been there too. Maybe, I don't know. I think it might have just been the three of us. And so we used to order this place from Happy Taco out in Bushwick. And like they have the best it's best Thai food ever, right? So everybody knows me. I hate sour cream. I think it tastes like feet. I think it's gross. And so I was so hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. I was like, can't wait till I get over to the TJ's house so I could smoke and get into these tacos, girl. Because it's a Bushwick, so it's not a real taco. So
Tacos.
yeah, and when I tell you they brought that order and that shit was fiercely dripping in sour cream, I cried.
Delicious.
Right? I cried.
You did?
Everyone was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not okay."
Wait, that's how I felt when I got a sandwich that was dripping in just like mayonnaise. Not aioli, not like other things. It was just slathered, gooped in mayonnaise.
Ugh.
But wait, so that I have more to my story.
Okay, what's your story? I sound fascinating.
So
yeah.
basically,
Yours is great, but yours is like
straight to the point. I'm not mad at it. So where do you live? Wherever you lay your drag is your home. And so so
oh shit, we gotta put that on a t-shirt.
XD/Florida Water is from the planet Noon, which is short for Nigga Moon. And so you came to this earth kind of looking for purpose, and you found it, fighting that injustice. So you would take walks in the park and on the bridges and enjoy beauty. And it was one day that a white woman named Meredith crossed your path. She had a she-poo dressed in an Argyle sweater with little doggy rain boots on. And That's when you transformed into Florida water. And you burned the clothes visually off that dog's body. Now, you don't kill the animals. You just destroy the clothing that's on them. However, the reason why you felt so viscerally and transformed into Florida water and this happened, and you didn't remember this because when you hit Earth, you lost your memory. You knew you were adjusting, but you lost your memory of who you were as Florida water on the planet Noon because you come from a very powerful family, my nigga. Okay?
Oh,
You come from a
really?
family of superheroes. So, like, you forgot that part of yourself. And your family has, like, you all have been alive for, like centuries, nigga, and you've had these ongoing battles with these people and or these creatures of the planet Noon, but they are like the evil creatures, the dark ones. So you have a couple of nemesis. The first one is India Irie. And so, but she's kind of like the Rita. You know what I'm saying? Like India Irie,
Oh.
India Irie essentially wants your drag suit. That's what she wants. She really wants your drag suit because your drag suit.
She's jealous of my boogie.
I mean, super jealous of your boogie. And that is actually the theme music that plays when she speaks. So she's jealous of your boogie. She wants your drag suit because your drag suit holds all of these all this weaponry. It's like it's very intricate. It's amazing. You know, think Batman meets Black Panther. And again, like XD said earlier, this is an ode. This is our ode to Chadwick Boseman. This is how we're paying our respects because that is just I can't even go into that. I can't go into that.
Yeah.
So India Irie is like your direct nemesis, and what we come to find out is, you know how like in the Power Rangers, Rita put the putty in front of the Rangers, like when they're in their regular Ranger suits, they so instead of putty, it's white women. It's all the Merediths with their animals. They walk cats on leashes, and they're sheepoos dressed. All of these animals are dressed in these human clothing though, but they're actually robots underneath the Meredith costumes, and so that's actually a plot that was that we're gonna get to that in a second. Your ultimate nemesis is a duo by the name of Carrot Hot Dog and the Grand Wizard. Okay, they are the most evil duo on the planet, and that is actually your ultimate purpose.
I think about that Carrot Hot Dog way more than I should.
I try not to.
Shrimp.
I actually do too. Oh, the shrimp! Nigga, we never addressed the shrimp.
God.
I addressed them fucking fish sticks, but I never addressed that shrimp.
That damn shrimp that looked like fucking sickle cell.
But
like, absolutely not.
Nothing took the
Auntie
place of the
Tabitha.
Carrot Hot Dog and the carrot bacon.
I was like, TT Tabitha, Watagwan.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
Right, what is this, TT?
So your ultimate nemesis is the Carrot Hot Dog and the Grand Wizard, the most evil duo in all of the universe. Okay, like India Irie, she ain't got shit on them niggas. Like she ain't got nothing on them. However, there's a plot twist in the story. So you know how the real XD in real life, always says that one day the internet is going to turn on you because the internet turns on everybody.
Yeah.
So in this story, India Irie, because this is like a volume 1, so that's why she's like a low grade villain. The India Irie wants the internet to turn on you, so she makes this plan. So that's when she creates this army of Karens and Merediths to walk their animals with human clothing on, and she knows that ruffles your feathers, it grinds your gears, and so essentially you can't help yourself, but you do this in secret. So like I said, everybody knows that Florida water protects. She fights the injustices, but they don't know that you are secretly the person who's burning all of these clothes off these animals. But they also don't know that these Merediths and these Karens are robots that are planted there by the India Irie. And so she is basically setting up this army of Karen and Meredith because she wants to put you in the SheMZ, and she wants to basically slander your name as Florida Water, so that she can eventually get you to a low place and steal your drag suit. I mean, obviously, you defeat her. Your ultimate purpose is to defeat the Carrot Hot Dog and the Grand Wizard.
Someone's got to gift you a subscription to WoW Presents. Because
I already got it. What, the network?
Yeah.
Oh, I signed up for that already, nigga.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But that's the story of Florida Water, fighting drag queen.
I like how both of ours turned into drag queen.
Right. Damn, I should have known it was going to be too typical.
D.L. Hughley.
But I love my
Killer
name.
drag queen of the South.
Killer drag queen of the South. Oh, God. I live. One day I need you to develop that more because I want to know more about this D.L. Hughley.
I will. I'm gonna randomly say it to share it on the show one day. I'm just gonna just write it out and just like, here's the story of D.L. Hughley, killer drag queen of the South.
You know how Nigga Piece Theater, we stopped doing it because it just became too much?
Yeah.
What if we created our own Jaden XD comic book?
Okay. We need to audition some animators.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Okay, listeners, if y'all want to illustrate, holla.
But how many of you all will buy the Jaden XD limited edition comic book? Nigga, that's some shit for your black ass.
Right. We already have one book out. If you're new here, we have a book out.
Oh yeah, we do.
Released 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
2 years. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
XD and I used to have a segment called Nigga Piece Theater in which we would each have to write 1 to 2 chapters. And then we would surprise each other by reading them on the show. We didn't know what those chapters would contain. But then the next person had to take those chapters and continue the story. And we did that back and forth until it completed a whole book, which is sold on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's called Thank You. And it's very Jaden XD.
Yeah. It just looked Jaden XD on Amazon and it's there.
We should have titled it We Not Authors.
Yeah.
That's what we should have called it. But that's it. That's our tribute to Chadwick because that was such a significant loss. And, it really hit both of us. It was one of those, Kia said it best, it was a sucker punch in the gut. And it really hit us as a people. We pray for his friends and his family and his loved ones, and all those who really knew him, but all those who are affected, because we know that it affects all of us, the children, all the babies, their first black superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like their black superhero. So we wanted to just pay tribute in our own way to Chadwick. And we hope you rest well. But it ain't the end. It's not the end,
Nah, not at all.
But that is another episode of Jaden XD.
Thank you for listening. As always, make sure you check out our Patreon and subscribe. It's $5 only.
Yep.
Continue on to listen. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. Like us. Leave us a wonderful, comment. And any other announcements? Subscribe to Jade's Patreon and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Links are all in the description. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
That's it. Bye.
Bye.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.